Behind the scenes of Hollywood's heyday, Andy Griffith and Ron Howard's friendship influenced their lives and professions. Their bond extended beyond co-stars, from the endearing charm of The Andy Griffith Show to Ron's renowned directing career. However, their dynamic has always been shrouded by unspoken tales and whispers of friction. For the first time, Ron Howard speaks out about his time spent with Andy Griffith, offering startling new perspectives on their relationship and difficulties. What facts is he going to reveal? Discover what Ron Howard finally had to say about the renowned Andy Griffith as we delve into the unknown tale of their connection. Ron Howard's humble beginnings. Ronald William Howard, born in Duncan, Oklahoma on March 1, 1954, seemed destined for fame. Ron Howard was first exposed to the entertainment industry by his parents, Rance and Jean Spiegel Howard, who were working actors. He appeared on screen for the first time in a commercial at 15 months. After the family moved to Hollywood, Ron became more familiar with the movie and television industries. He frequently received audition coaching from his father, who taught him how to deliver lines. It's interesting to note that Ron's early performances were influenced by his parents' guidance and his rare opportunity to attend live TV programs. He had an advantage due to his early start compared to other young actors of his era. Although Ron's solid industrial background helped him land his breakthrough parts, his modest demeanor always brought back memories of his small-town upbringing. Breaking into the industry. Ron Howard's entry into the film industry was no accident. His first film credit came when he was 5 years old in The Journey, 1959. However, people didn't realize how talented he was until he appeared on anthology shows like Playhouse 90. His performances had a natural depth that was uncommon for a kid actor, according to critics. Ron was already regarded as one of Hollywood's most promising young talents when he tried out for The Andy Griffith Show in 1960. In addition to his acting prowess, he surprised industry veterans during auditions with his sincere interest in the craft. Fun fact, Ron received several callbacks in his early career due to casting directors noticing his distinctive red hair on several occasions. His enduring impact on Hollywood was established during these early years. The role of Opie Taylor. One of Ron Howard's most famous roles is still his depiction of Opie Taylor in The Andy Griffith Show. Ron was cast at age 6, and his on-screen bond with Andy Griffith was enchanted. Andy mentored Ron behind the scenes, teaching him everything from character motives to comedic timing. One of the most notable plot points of the sitcom is when Opie learns about responsibility, which is similar to what Ron learns from Andy. Interestingly, Ron moved the casting directors to tears with his emotional monologue about a broken toy at his Opie audition. The sitcom became a cultural phenomenon because of its benign appeal and the portrayal of the father-son relationship on TV, which connected with viewers of all ages. Ron saw the set as a classroom that shaped his knowledge of collaboration and storytelling. Andy Griffith's early life. Andy Griffith's journey started in the modest town of Mount Airy, North Carolina, which would later inspire Mayberry before he became a TV icon. Andy was born on June 1, 1926, and throughout the Great Depression, he was raised in humble circumstances. His parents encouraged his passion for music, despite their financial difficulties, by purchasing an old trombone when he was a small child. At first, Andy wanted to teach music, but his talent for comedy and storytelling got him a job performing in nightclubs. What it was football. His humorous monologue sold over 800,000 copies and became an unexpected hit. He gained widespread fame due to this discovery, leading to opportunities in the entertainment sector. His early setbacks and victories gave him a sense of kindness and humility that would eventually define his portrayal of Sheriff Taylor. The bond between Ron and Andy. Beyond their jobs on The Andy Griffith Show, Ron Howard and Andy Griffith had a deep bond. Often referred to as Ron's father figure, Andy patiently and wisely mentored the budding actor. To make lessons relatable, Andy frequently shared experiences while guiding Ron through challenging moments on film. Later on, Ron disclosed that his own life was guided by Andy's counsel on perseverance and humility. Their relationship was just as strong off-screen. After the show finished, they communicated often, with Ron consulting Andy on several initiatives. In a touching moment, Andy gave Ron a signed guitar as a memento of their friendship, which Ron still cherishes today. They developed a lasting bond based on mutual respect, exemplifying the finest mentor-mentee dynamics in Hollywood. The legacy of The Andy Griffith Show. The Andy Griffith Show, which debuted in 1960 and was praised for depicting small-town life and ageless ideals, quickly became a classic. Throughout its 8-season run, the show was consistently rated among the highest rated. Andy Griffith's Sheriff Taylor represented compassion and wisdom, while Ron Howard's Opie represented innocence and curiosity. Their combined personas embodied a romanticized father-son bond that spectators found incredibly compelling. The program's pleasant tone resulted from the performers and crew creating a family-like environment behind the scenes. Did you realize that one of the most known songs on television is The Fishing Hole, the whistling theme song? In addition to solidifying Andy Griffith's place as a television legend, the show's popularity provided Ron Howard with a platform that propelled him to stardom. Transitioning to adulthood. Leaving a cherished childhood role might be challenging, but Ron Howard handled the change with fantastic grace. After The Andy Griffith Show ended, Ron played various roles in movies like George Lucas's American Graffiti, 1973. The film's popularity demonstrated that Ron could succeed without playing Opie Taylor. He attended USC's School of Cinematic Arts concurrently, explaining his desire to learn about filmmaking from various perspectives. Fun fact, Ron directed several award-winning short films while still a college student. By concentrating on acting and directing, he could get above the stigma of being a child actor and build a successful career. Ron showed that reinvention in Hollywood is feasible and necessary by embracing change and progress. Ron's directorial debut. The vivacious and eccentric Grand Theft Auto, 1977, began Ron Howard's foray into directing. The picture, produced by the legendary low-budget filmmaker Roger Corman, served as a crash course in productivity and originality. While adhering to a strict budget, Ron demonstrated his ability to balance humor, drama, and action. In addition to being financially successful, the movie shows that Ron was more than just a former kid star. His capacity to oversee production and inspire standout performances suggested that things would improve soon. Critical and financial successes like Splash, 1984, a romantic comedy that combined imagination with heart, and Cocoon, 1985, a heartwarming tale of aging and renewal, were made possible by this premiere. Both movies solidified Ron's rise from actor to well-known filmmaker, demonstrating his adaptability and dedication to creating tales that appealed to viewers of all ages. Marriage and family life. In 1975, Ron Howard wed Cheryl Alley, becoming one of Hollywood's longest-lasting unions. Ron found strength and inspiration in Cheryl, a gifted writer, as he dealt with the highs and lows of the entertainment business. Today, Bryce Dallas Howard, a well-known actress and filmmaker, is one of the couple's 4 children. The Howards, renowned for their strong family ties, have frequently stressed the significance of keeping things in perspective among the insanity of Hollywood. Ron attributes his career success to Cheryl's steadfast support, and his role as a father has influenced his storytelling. As a close-knit family, the Howards frequently work on projects and go to red carpet events together. Ron and Cheryl's 50-year marriage is still evidence of their strong commitment and shared ideals, even in the face of celebrity pressure. Andy Griffith's later career. Andy Griffith continued to display his talent after his legendary tenure on The Andy Griffith Show, most notably in the popular courtroom drama Matlock. Andy played a shrewd, folkloric lawyer in the 1986 premiere of the show, which struck a chord with viewers and brought him yet another round of praise. Andy pursued a career in music in addition to acting, putting out country and gospel records influenced by his Southern heritage. Even though he was enjoying new achievements, Andy frequently reflected positively about his time in Mayberry, which he regarded as the pinnacle of his career. He remained longtime friends with the show's actors, notably Ron Howard, whom he called a son in spirit. Andy spent his later years juggling his career and personal life to ensure that his reputation as one of America's most cherished performers endured. Ron's success with Happy Days. After departing from Mayberry, Ron Howard was at the epicenter of another cultural phenomenon, Happy Days. The clean-cut kid navigating life in 1950s Milwaukee, Richie Cunningham, was played by Ron, who captivated audiences with his boy-next-door image. After its 1974 debut, the sitcom swiftly rose to prominence in the ratings, giving rise to catchphrases and enduring characters like Fonzie. Fans adored Richie, but Ron took advantage of the chance to get experience as a director by frequently observing the show's cast. He even directed a few episodes to get practical knowledge to help him succeed later. Even though Happy Days solidified his fame, Ron viewed it as a springboard to a more expansive career, demonstrating that his goals went beyond acting. His time on the show is still a memorable part of his incredible journey. Andy Griffith's mentorship beyond the set. Andy Griffith's mentoring of Ron Howard continued when the camera stopped rolling. Andy constantly impacted Ron's life, giving advice even after the Andy Griffith Show ended. Andy's counsel was always sincere and based on his personal experiences, whether about choosing a career or life lessons. Reflecting on their time together in Mayberry, the two frequently returned for quiet talks or family get-togethers. In addition to encouraging Ron's aspirations to become a director, Andy reassured him that he could transition into Hollywood parts with perseverance and strenuous effort. In addition to influencing Ron's profession, this long-term mentorship strengthened his dedication to humility and genuineness, qualities he attributes to Andy's example. Ron Howard's breakthrough as a director. The whimsical romantic comedy Splash, 1984, which turned out to be an unexpected hit, marked a turning point in Ron Howard's directing career. The movie, which starred Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah, was well praised for its unique blend of humor, fantasy, and touching moments. Both spectators and critics were amazed by Ron's ability to balance real feelings and the ridiculousness of a mermaid love story. Following this triumph was the award-winning science fiction story Cocoon, 1985, which examined themes of aging and life. These early successes solidified Ron's reputation as a filmmaker with a distinct voice and demonstrated his versatility. He established himself as one of Hollywood's most sought-after directors because of his unique ability to depict human stories in excellent locations. Andy Griffith's private side. Although Andy Griffith was well known for his affable, personal, on-screen persona, he was a quiet, contemplative person off-screen. Even though he was famous, Andy respected his privacy and never revealed personal information in interviews. Friends and co-stars like Ron Howard say he was humorous, courteous, and highly moral. Andy's passion for music was a defining feature of his life. He frequently found comfort in singing gospel tunes or playing the guitar. His modest lifestyle was a reflection of his small-town North Carolina upbringing. Ron often mentioned that he respected Andy's work ethic and humility and applied these traits to his life and profession. Andy's private, introspective side gave his public presence more nuance and increased his popularity among those closest to him. Ron Howard's iconic films. The films that Ron Howard has directed have become cultural icons. The 1995 film Apollo 13 tells the terrifying actual account of NASA's most well-known rescue mission and is a masterwork of suspense and teamwork. The movie was nominated for 9 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Another success, A Beautiful Mind, 2001, explored the intricacies of mental illness and won Ron his first Oscars for Best Picture and Best Director. These movies are prime examples of Ron's talent for narrating profoundly human tales in epic settings. Despite his success, Ron maintains his groundedness and frequently credits his early life lessons, especially those he gained from his time with Andy Griffith, for his achievements. His films will endure because of his ability to engage viewers with gripping narratives. Ron's strong marriage with Cheryl Alley. One of the pillars of Ron Howard's personal and professional life has been his long-lasting marriage to Cheryl Alley. The couple, who were married in 1975, have celebrated decades of a commitment based on respect and shared ideals, defying Hollywood's reputation for short-lived partnerships. Their family was firmly established thanks primarily to Cheryl, a writer, who gave Ron a solid support network to help him deal with the difficulties of the entertainment business. They instilled a strong sense of family and creativity in their 4 children, including actress Bryce Dallas Howard. Ron frequently attributes his balanced life to his relationship with Cheryl, seeing her as his confidant and inspiration. Fun fact, while still in college, Ron proposed to Cheryl on New Year's Eve, and the two have been together ever since. They have maintained an uncommon and admirable connection in Hollywood because of their mutual love of stories and dedication to keeping their personal lives out of the spotlight. Andy Griffith's health struggles. Andy Griffith experienced serious health issues in his later years, such as a heart attack and Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare neurological disorder. Andy showed incredible fortitude in the face of these obstacles by carrying on with his career in entertainment and interacting with his followers. He frequently talked about how his work and passion for sharing stories inspired him when things became tough. Many were inspired by Andy's perseverance, including Ron Howard, who respected his capacity to find happiness despite his physical limitations. It's interesting to note that Andy's strong drive and enthusiasm for life were credited with helping him recover quickly from a potentially fatal heart attack in the 1980s. Despite being briefly unable to walk due to Guillain-Barré syndrome, he continued to share his knowledge and make public appearances. For those who knew Andy, his tenacity leaves a lasting imprint and is a moving reminder of his grit and determination both on and off screen. Ron Howard and Andy Griffith's lasting legacy. Generations have been inspired by the legacy Ron Howard and Andy Griffith established together. As a young actor on The Andy Griffith Show, Ron gained tremendous knowledge about professionalism, humility, and storytelling from Andy. This mentorship influenced Ron's approach to his work as a filmmaker and storyteller. While Ron incorporated these ideals into his work, frequently focusing on endearing stories and likable people, Andy Griffith's portrayal of Sheriff Taylor stood for compassion, insight, and communal values. Both men became representations of honesty and commitment in the entertainment industry, and their impact went beyond the screen. Ron frequently discusses how Andy's leadership shaped his morals, characterizing him as a father figure. Fans in Mount Airy, North Carolina, Andy's hometown, have embraced this tradition and celebrated Mayberry's influence on American society. The combined talents of Ron and Andy have profoundly impacted movies and television, resonating with viewers worldwide. Ron's creative partnership with Brian Graser. Some of Hollywood's most inventive productions have been fueled by Ron Howard's collaboration with producer Brian Graser. In 1985, the two co-founded Imagine Entertainment, a production firm that came to be known for its innovative storytelling. Together, they have produced well-known TV series like 24 and Arrested Development, and classic movies like Apollo 13 and A Beautiful Mind. Mutual trust, complementary abilities, and a common goal of pushing the frontiers of creativity are the foundations of their collaboration. Interestingly, their collaboration started when they met at a dinner party and became friends since they loved sharing stories. They have helped one another through both critical and commercial success throughout the years. They have been at the forefront of entertainment for decades because of their ability to adjust to shifting market trends. Having worked on over 100 projects, Ron and Brian's cooperation is frequently recognized as one of Hollywood's most fruitful and long-lasting partnerships. Andy Griffith's legacy in Mayberry. The fictional village of Mayberry and Andy Griffith's real-life birthplace of Mount Airy, North Carolina, remains a living monument to the adored actor. Mount Airy, the model for Mayberry's bucolic appeal in The Andy Griffith Show, draws admirers worldwide who yearn for the good old days. Visitors can visit Floyd's Barbershop, the old Mayberry Jail, and the Andy Griffith Museum to observe the show's history. Ron Howard has frequently talked about how his visit to Mount Airy helped him understand Andy's background and the genuineness he brought to his portrayal as Sheriff Taylor. It's interesting to note that the show's lasting cultural influence is honored yearly with reenactments, parades, and music at the Mayberry Days celebration. Andy maintained a close bond with his heritage throughout his life, and his representation of Mayberry demonstrated his profound respect for kindness, community, and timeless principles. Ron's role as a father. The ideals Ron Howard gained from his parents and his time working with Andy Griffith are reflected in his attitude to fatherhood. Ron has highlighted the value of fostering creativity, spending quality time with his children, and instilling a strong moral compass in them as a father of four, including actress Bryce Dallas Howard. Ron has remained close to his family despite his busy work, frequently attending his kids' events and supporting their interests. Bryce often cites her father's leadership and modesty as major career influences. Fun fact, Ron gave his kids names based on locations that were special to him, such as Bryce Canyon for Bryce Dallas. His parenting approach reflects the lessons he learned from Andy Griffith, who served as an example of empathy and patience both on and off screen. Ron's commitment to his family has become a defining characteristic of his life, proving that a successful Hollywood career can coexist with a happy, balanced personal life. Andy Griffith's Offscreen Humor. Despite his on-screen portrayal of calm and intelligent figures, Andy Griffith's off-screen presence was full of fun and joyful energy. Ron Howard remembers how Andy's quick wit and realistic jokes helped to lighten the mood on production. In one particularly memorable story, Andy pulled a practical joke on Don Knotts, which made the entire cast and crew giggle uncontrollably. This sense of humor was not limited to his professional life. Andy was well known for his witty storytelling and humorous timing at informal events. Curiously, Andy's jokes, which are warm and full of sympathetic anecdotes, were influenced by his Southern upbringing. Ron attributes the development of enduring friendships on The Andy Griffith Show to Andy's comedy, which fostered a cooperative and upbeat environment. The memory of a man whose work endures is further enhanced by this lighter side of Andy, which shows a depth to his personality that won over both admirers and colleagues. Andy Griffith's musical side. In addition to being a talented actor, Andy Griffith was also a skilled musician who loved gospel music. I Love to Tell the Story, 25 Timeless Hymns, which won a Grammy Award in 1997, is one of Andy's most well-known gospel albums from his career. On The Andy Griffith Show, he demonstrated his musical ability by periodically strumming his guitar and singing moving songs, which gave his persona more realism. According to Ron Howard, Andy's music frequently improved the mood on set. The pleasant community feeling created by Andy's guitar playing between takes is a favorite memory of the cast and crew. Beyond the stage, Andy's music, reflecting his enduring spirituality, comforted him in trying times. His reputation as a versatile performer was cemented by his ability to combine melody and narration, which caused his work to resonate on a deeper level. Fans are still enchanted by this little-known facet of Andy's career, demonstrating his creative influence's breadth. Ron's directorial style. Ron Howard's ability to tell incredibly relatable stories that emotionally connect with viewers defines his directing approach. Ron, renowned for his painstaking attention to detail, crafts compelling worlds, whether it's the poignant drama of parenthood or the suspenseful tension of Apollo 13. He is praised for his cooperative style, which gives actors and crew members the confidence to make innovative contributions. Ron's movie characters frequently struggle with personal and professional issues, making their experiences sympathetic and motivational. John Nash's complicated life is expertly portrayed in his Oscar-winning film, A Beautiful Mind, which balances genius and tenderness. Ron's ability to tackle a variety of genres, from the fantasy of Willow to the intensity of Rush, is admired by critics and colleagues. Curiously, Ron attributes his sympathetic directing style to his early playing background. He has distinguished himself as one of Hollywood's most varied and esteemed storytellers, emphasizing emotional depth and authenticity. The enduring popularity of The Andy Griffith Show. The Andy Griffith Show's timeless charm has kept people enthralled for decades after it debuted. The show's universal ideals of kindness, community, and moral integrity are centered on the made-up town of Mayberry. Ron Howard, who portrayed a young Opie Taylor, frequently considers the show's influence a masterwork of narrative and moral instruction. Opie the Birdman and other episodes emphasize the significance of empathy, personal development, and timeless principles. Andy Griffith's hometown of Mount Airy, which inspired Mayberry's picturesque surroundings, continues to draw fans. Curiously, the show's straightforward depiction of life starkly contrasts contemporary television, yet it continues to evoke feelings of nostalgia in viewers who are looking for ease and simplicity. Ron has conveyed his appreciation for being a part of a series that helped to form his creative and moral compass. Its continued popularity confirms that it is among the best works of American television. Ron's role in revitalizing Hollywood storytelling. Ron Howard's dedication to creativity and emotional nuance has been a significant factor in revolutionizing Hollywood storytelling. His directing endeavors, such as Rush and Frost Nixon, combine human vulnerability with dramatic suspense to stretch the limits of conventional cinema. Ron has supported different storytelling as a producer at Imagine Entertainment, lending a voice to tales that might not otherwise be heard. Projects like A Beautiful Mind and Arrested Development have become cultural icons under his direction. Ron's emphasis on realism and frequent use of cutting-edge technology to improve storytelling are among his noteworthy accomplishments, as demonstrated in The Da Vinci Code. Interestingly, Ron stresses that narrative spans media, which explains why he has equal stakes in movies, TV shows, and streaming services. Imagine Entertainment is a force for innovation thanks to its ability to spot up-and-coming talent and encourage originality. Ron's commitment to reviving the narrative guarantees that Hollywood will always be a place where tradition and advancement coexist peacefully. The final goodbye to Andy Griffith. An era ended with Andy Griffith's death in 2012, leaving an enduring hole in American entertainment. The loss was quite personal since Andy had been a friend, father figure, and mentor to Ron Howard. In the days after Andy passed away, Ron reminisced fondly about their time together on The Andy Griffith Show, calling Andy a very talented and giving man. Around the world, fans celebrated Andy's achievements in music and television while lamenting his passing. Interestingly, Andy's funeral was a quiet event, which reflects the modesty with which he lived. Ron's homage goes beyond words. He has ensured his mentor's legacy lives on by applying the skills he learned from Andy to his profession. The success of Matlock and The Andy Griffith Show demonstrates Andy Griffith's enduring appeal. His legacy as an American legend is cemented by the innumerable lives he touched, both on and off screen.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon